Yeah, you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell. And instead, I got in the Jeep with them. They drove me to the gate of Tonsonhoot. Whereupon, I was not going to go. I was basically illegally, I was AWOL from my company 22 miles away up in Long Bend. So here is all this shooting and fighting going on, and I'm out there thumbing. I got my
Yeah, that's the old guy.
because if I didn't get back, they would send me back to Lewisburg.
Oh, yeah.
So another Jeep pulls up in front of me, and the soldier orders me in the back. I says, no, he says, get in the back. I'm captain. I forget his name.
Hey.
And I says, I got to get back to Long Bend. I got to get back to. He says, no. He says, quiet. He says, that's General Allen in the front seat. So I quiet.
Another general.
I met a whole bunch of them. Besides Richardson, who was supposed to, who presented me with a little trophy for getting the perfect score, and it was supposed to be. Well, anyways, we get to I forget the headquarters name, something like Blackjack or something, and I went upstairs with General Allen, and there was General Weir, and there was Victor Tammy, E1 Private Victor Tammy, and we discussed politics while the city was under attack.
Well, that's good that they confided in you.
Yeah, we're out in the veranda, and I'm drinking Jack Daniels. They're drinking Jack Daniels, and we're on the thing overlooking the city, and it's all lit up with fighting going on. And I tried to explain them that it was a civil war, and that the guns were snuck down, but the troops were actually the South Vietnamese Saigon citizens. And of course, they listened, and then I said, I have to get back to Longman. He said, don't worry about it. So they brought me back inside, and there was this big, huge hall with maps and all that, and we're drinking, and we're eating good food. And he says, don't worry, we'll fly you back in the morning on my helicopter. So the next morning, and Lieutenant Lux, my commander, who always was trying to give me Article 15s and court martials, he says, don't worry about him. He won't do anything.
They all do nothing.
So they flew me back the next morning, and the helicopter landed near the formation, getting dust all over the lieutenant, and they did nothing to me. I just got in formation like nothing happened, and I thought for sure I was going to get caught, but they didn't do a thing. Unfortunately, around I don't know how many months later, I read in the Stars and Stripes that General Weir was killed over Saigon. Saigon. His job was protecting the water supply in Saigon, and he was killed, General Weir. But I was talking to General Weir and General Allen in Vietnam. And of course, the rest of my service was uneventful, other than that. And of course, Spec 5 Loughton. He was a Mormon, and he came up to me one day near the end of he says, Victor, he says, the CID come asking me questions about you. They want to know something. I said, really? So, by then I was, very unafraid of most things. I was just hard-nosed. And I went to the CID headquarters in Long Bend, and I stood outside their window, looking into the window like this. Right, and there was this soldier on this typewriter typing away, and he calls over other people in the office, pointing at me, and they come running out. They say, "Soldier, what are you doing?" And I walked up to them. I said, "My name is Private Victor Tammy, and I've got information that you've been asking questions about me." I says, "If you got any questions to ask, come to me and get it from the horse's mouth, and you'll get it straight." Okay.
Well, we're just typing up court-martial papers on you now. I'm
For
glad
what
you're
reason?
here.
No. They didn't court. Well, they actually did near the end. The last month, they tried to court-martial me, but they didn't succeed.
All right.
I got an honorable discharge.
I was going to ask you that. Did you get an honorable discharge?
Yes, I got an honorable discharge, but not before they tried to give me a dishonorable one.
Well, you got to try.
They had me in an exhausted state, and they put me on guard duty, not on the perimeter, but in a yard of blown up jeeps and buses and tanks. So I was exhausted and I was tired, and I didn't realize it was a setup, but I Well, I realized it was my life. Was,
Look at the damage this guy did.
yeah. So I walked into one of the buses and tried to go to sleep. And I was sleeping. And I heard voices. He's over here, he's over there. And I realized they were looking for me. So I jumped up and I walked towards the front of the bus. And as I came out of the entrance, they said, you were sleeping. And they grabbed me, the MPs, and they put me under arrest. And they went through my pockets and they found I had some ration cards.